The other premier event in American drag racing is the Nationals, held at Indianapolis Raceway Park, Indiana. In 1964, this event drew more spectators and entrants than Pomona, with 123,000 fans watching 1,250 cars compete over the 5-day event. Indianapolis in the summertime is a picnic-like setting, and thousands of Americans at their leisure came to watch the fun. But while a drag race can seem like a social event, the real stars are the cars themselves. Every unusual and ingenious concoction of American backyard engineering seems to be here. Meticulously prepared, often on shoestring budgets, designed only after exhaustive examination of the regulations, and usually after at least a couple of years of hard-earned experience at the drag strips are accumulated. The cars take all shapes and sizes, but are aimed finally at a single goal: acceleration. The most acceleration that it is possible to achieve within the framework of the division or class in which the car runs. The goals of a drag racing builder are as single-minded as the sport itself, and the means to reach those goals are exceedingly complex. In general, the principle is to get as much power as possible to the wheels, maximum traction between the wheels and pavement, and as little superfluous weight as possible for the power to move. Thus, the builder soups his engine as much as he can within the regulations for his class. He moves everything as far back as he can to put more weight on the rear wheels for traction. And he fits the largest tires permitted at the rear to get more rubber on the ground. No starter is carried on the out-and-out dragsters. The extra weight isn't worth it in a car that is hardly going to be used for shopping. That's why you see so many of these cars being push-started. As it happens, these cars seldom travel under their own power at all, except when actually racing. Radiators aren't usually carried either. In a 10-second run, cooling isn't very important. In fact, if you realize that a dragster is seldom running except at full throttle and in as straight a line as possible, you can readily see that a lot of life's little amenities can be left off. Despite the sometimes backyard nature of some of the cars, they represent the very highest sort of engineering within their limited goals. Engine tuning techniques, for example, are as highly developed among American drag racers as anywhere in the world. In every sense of the word, the drag racers are carrying on their own basic research. The cars are moved slowly to the staging area, preparatory to making their initial runs. The drivers begin getting ready. Time trials are run to assist the drivers in getting the feel of the track surface that they will be working with and to aid last-minute tuning. Variations in temperature and humidity can mean a difference of hundredths of a second, so some changes have to be made for every race. The Indian directing traffic is Bob Beazer from Canada. A full-blooded Deseronto, he is brought to every major drag meeting in the United States by the National Hot Rod Association, not only to add color to the proceedings, but because a drag meeting has never been rained out while he was in attendance. The time trials and elimination runs go on. Everyone runs. For trophies, for cash, and for awards in equipment that consist of everything from wrenches and spark plugs to complete cars.